right? Their living conditions, how they work, and where they work. I don't know. It caught me off guard for a little bit because I thought we were past those times, but I guess not. Anyways, uh, currently there are over 1,000 deaths of migrant workers at the stadia, or like just like them building the city or whatever in Qatar for the World Cup in 2022. Whereas in Brazil they had 34. In Russia, which is actually next year, 1 year from now, actually, they had 17 deaths, which is very low compared to the number. And by the time the first ball kicks off in 2022, they are expected to have 4,000 workers die while building whatever they're going to build. All right, Qatar itself. Now, Qatar is in the Middle East. The Middle East is usually filled with controversy, with a lot of war activity, and all that stuff. Everyone knows about it. However, Qatar is one of those safe havens where Doha itself is a very nice city. Doha itself is actually not that bad of a city. It's where the wealthy go and enjoy themselves, just like Dubai and just like a few other places in the Middle East around that area. All right, so in Qatar, the win. So in Qatar, they are planning to have a Winter World Cup because it gets too hot in the summer. In Brazil during the World Cup, they had temperatures range that got up to 100, not 100, 94 degrees. But with the humidity in Brazil, it made it unbearable, so they have to have water breaks. Here in Qatar, it averages out to 106 every day in the summer. So either higher or lower, but honestly, if it breaks 100, if it doesn't break 100, it'd be pretty surprising. So what FIFA is planning to do is they're planning to move the World Cup over to the winter time, November to December 2022, just because they feel like it'd be better for the players. However, speaking of the players, no, speaking of the players themselves will have to go through the league. So essentially, most leagues start in August, and the players have a winter break in late December to early January. In Germany, they have a huge winter break. In Russia, they do too, spanning 2 to 3 months in both countries. And what this World Cup would do is this World Cup would take that away, and these players would have to start in August around the same time. But instead of taking their break, they'd go straight into the World Cup. They wouldn't have time to train with their teams, and after the World Cup, they'd go into their seasons. And essentially, I predict 12 months to 11, maybe 11 months of them just like straight playing soccer before they finally get a break, which is too much for a soccer player because the soccer player's body already endures too much in training, in games, and like the mental pressure of them like playing for their home country and trying to win the trophy is sometimes too unbearable for some players, and it doesn't work. So this won't work for the players. It won't work for any of the clubs around the world that aren't international teams. It probably won't work for the international teams either. Now, Qatar itself, back to Qatar. The host city is Lusail City in Qatar. That city has not been built yet. That city has not been completed. The stadium has not been completed either, but the city itself doesn't exist right now. It's just a few buildings, if anything, some desert, that's it. And that is my presentation.